All right, welcome to episode 2 of Ramble On. Donovan, we finally have a name, and it's apparently 50 other podcasts with that name. Who would have thought? But
Who would have
there's
thought? Who would
there's
have
only
thought?
one there's only one like podcast though that I saw that was like competition. And I think we can take them down. I think we got
Yeah.
this with our
Well, I
like
know. Yeah. Well,
tens of
every
listeners.
time. Yeah. Every time. Well, when I was at Weagle, we were trying to find a name for our sports show, and it's
Yeah.
just we did tailgate talk, and we were like, oh, that'll be pretty good. And there were like 10 other podcasts with that name. I think it's just tough at this point. It feels like everybody and their mother has a podcast. So if you think of any kind of good name, it's probably already taken.
I mean, like you could call it like the podcast and then shorten it to TP, but I don't know.
Yeah,
So
TP. I really hate that I teased him last episode and then just nothing. I feel like a terrible
yeah.
writer.
I was hoping we could get him on today. Who knows what he's doing? If I do get him on later today, I'll do, I guess, a little interview with him on the Jungle Cruise. See how he's doing that. I was really intrigued by that. I want to see but also I don't know if he's
Yeah,
still working there, so I don't want to get him fired.
no,
So,
literally, literally all I wanted to do was like for an hour and just question him on what
so
he
pretty
did
much,
for his
we
work.
wanted TP on here just to mess with him for an hour, pretty much, and then
Correct.
call it a
Yeah.
podcast.
Yeah. But hopefully we'll get him on next week or
Yeah,
the
he went to
week
Conference
after. Or
USA. You saw that, right? The Conference
I didn't.
USA, the media days.
No, I didn't see that. Like
He
he went and
did.
covered him.
Mm-hmm. Out
That's
in like
awesome.
Texas. Yeah.
Good for him. Good for TP. It'd be
Oh,
awesome. We congratulate him in person.
I know it would. It would.
I
He
do
was in
feel like it's
Auburn this
it's
weekend.
it's slightly my fault because I did move up the podcast time. We were recording at 9 o'clock in the morning, which is pretty early for us.
I know. I was thinking that. I was like, oh, I probably like wash my face. All this. Like, I'm using this nicer camera, and like, it's
Yeah.
not like your camera or whatever. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. I see my camera's so bad I can like hide in the mistake. But like, I mean, I just literally, I mean, my hair, I woke up and just got a Starbucks and came over here. But the
What'd you get from
reason we're
Starbucks?
just a black coffee. I'm just a black coffee drinker. But
Oh, so
yeah, I'm a real coffee drinker. I'm not into those milkshake crowds that have to froof it up to be able to drink it. But the reason we're doing this Wednesday and we're doing this one early is because I'm actually going to Dallas, Texas tomorrow for a week, like Thursday to Thursday,
for
and then I'm
what?
also going to see my. Okay, so I think this is cool. You might find this lame. You'll actually probably find it cool. So my buddy Anthony, I met him like when I was 13 through
Yeah,
Xbox. And he was like, I don't know, he was a couple years older than me at the time, but we
he
we
was
got to know each other.
45. I was
He
13, just a couple years older.
yeah, it was just really
Yeah.
wholesome. No, we got to we he kind of showed me how to play Siege. I don't know if any of y'all ever played Rainbow Six Siege. I know Jag has recently gotten into it. It's probably the toughest game I've ever played. It's just a really hard skill thing. And even if you've played other first person shooters like Call of Duty, I don't think it helps you at all personally. I think it's just the way the game mechanics roll. Like shooting's only like a small part of it. But anyways, we started playing that and we just kind of stayed in touch. And then about 4 years ago, we just planned a trip, me and some other buddies, like from Bruton, where I'm from, that also played with Anthony. We just went up there for a week, met him, just went up there, stayed with him. He lives like right in the heart of Dallas, like near
Yeah.
SMU. So, yeah, so we've made it like a yearly thing. So this will be year 4.
Could have gone so wrong if Anthony was a weird dude. He could still be a
I
weird dude
know.
for all that you know.
Well,
Could
he
still
is a
be.
weird dude. He'd actually be a really good podcast guest. He's like a super bright guy. So he majored in food science, and
Okay.
but then he graduated like during the pandemic. So there were like no food sciences job, and then he just went into computer software. So he writes code. I mean, and like talk about a shift going from
Well,
going from food science to computers
I guess when you're in Texas, ask him if you would like to do an episode of the highest rated podcast in the land.
and all the land.
Yeah,
How
he's
would
like,
you
"Do you
like
got anything
to
with Joe Rogan?" And we're like, "Better,
better, better,
better."
better? Did you?
Pulp Shay
Is it
Shay?
true? Is it true? I saw that Joe Rogan like just got overtaken as the number one podcast. Is that true, or did I make that up?
I don't know. Let me look it up.
I
Let's
saw that
see.
somewhere, and it's bad. It would be better if I knew
Uh,
the name of the supposed pot. No, no, no.
is it
Apparently
Club Shay Shay?
Tucker. No, no, no. Apparently Tucker Carlson overtook him. Unless I'm on the
You
conservative,
freaking
the conservative
red pill.
news. Yeah,
Always,
far right.
gosh dang it, always you just talking about your red pill politics. Let's
I
see.
saw that on Instagram, so I guess the source really isn't that good. But I feel like it was a checkmarked
It
page that said
says
it.
so. Spotify has Call Her Daddy at number one, the Tucker Carlson show at number two, and
Okay,
Rogan at three.
so technically, I'm not wrong.
And then a lot of the websites though have Rogan at one. And I've never seen any. I know it's bar or used to be a Barstool one, the Call Her Daddy one.
Oh, the call her dad. Yeah, I first heard of that like a couple days ago. I think some of
Is
Kelly's
this just
teachers'
Joe
friends were
Rogan for
talking
women?
about it.
Is this like the I don't
I,
know. It
I,
could be good. I'm not. I'm just being mean
yeah, I
for no
have no
reason.
idea. I have zero
So
idea. That's an interesting lineup of like the top three podcasts. So
it is just like
I t-
political, and then Joe Rogan, and then just messing around pretty much. I
Tucker's
don't know.
just
Like,
like
what is the
no,
so? I don't know.
I don't, I don't know either. It's interesting. It's interesting how the Fox and Tucker saga. I know you're not really in that world, but like I'm pretty into politics, so it was funny how that all went down, and then he just basically just like went off and like is doing extremely well, because he had his show on X for a little bit, and then
Yeah. I
now
just
he's on
remember seeing him in
Spotify.
like in the Russian grocery store. That's like the last thing I saw. Like his content he put out. He's like, "This is," and he does his laugh. Oh, and
We could, yeah,
then
well, he actually interviewed Vladimir Putin like a couple months ago,
yeah, I saw that.
and
And
then
then
it
yeah,
was just and see, but that's the problem. Like, and then people were crapping on him because he didn't really ask any hard questions. But I mean, it's just kind of I mean, that's like a tough scenario.
yeah.
Like, are you really going to go in there and grill him like to his face? You'd have to have some major balls. I don't know if I could do that.
You know what, Donovan? Speaking of that, we got you a one-way ticket to Russia going this week. Surprise!
Yeah,
Uh,
I don't want to go to Russia. Hey, interesting thing. So U.S. gymnastics team just won gold again, behind
yeah.
Simone Biles and our girl Suni Lee from
Mm-hmm.
Auburn. Um, and they won by a ton. They beat Italy and Brazil. I think came in bronze, and everybody was like, "Oh, we just killed everybody." And I was like, "Yeah, y'all know why? It's because Russia's not competing. We don't have anybody to compete with. Like I totally forgot Russia is not in this Olympics.
Yeah. As I said, I haven't really watched the Olympics. I did see we got gold. Um, but
U.S. is kind of struggling right now. In
really,
swimming. Yeah.
oh, didn't
Now,
that France guy win?
yeah, no, okay, he's a beast. He's like the new Michael Phelps, but no,
Yeah, I saw Michael Phelps and
Austria.
Snoop Dogg were swimming together.
Yeah, they were. That was pretty funny. I saw that at Taco Mama last night. It was on the screen. But no, we're winning a ton of medals, but we're getting a bunch of silver and bronzes. And dude, if you just go in the comments, you see people that don't know what they're talking about. It's really annoying. I don't know why that makes
Yeah,
me mad. They're like, we used to be on top and now we're not. I'm like, guys, we are so deep that we are winning like silver and bronze. Like we might not be the best, but we're in every major event final, and like no other country except maybe Australia and Great Britain can say that in swimming. Like we've always got a dog in the fight. So just because we didn't win the gold by 1/10 of a second and we came in silver, it doesn't mean we are like we've lost everything. And also, we had Michael Phelps for like 25 years, like one of the greatest athletes of all time.
yeah. I mean, his it is crazy how much he dominated. So
It'd
like,
be like it'd be like if the Patriots like lost Tom Brady and then the next year made it to the NFC or the AFC championship and lost, and the Patriots fans were like, "Well, we just stink. What happened? Like, what happened? We're awful."
I mean, that's usually how fandom goes in the U.S. Honestly, like,
I
we're
think I'd be
terrible.
okay with the NFC championship bid.
I think you'd be okay with just 9 wins.
You do realize we might be the number one seed this year.
Y'all do have a very weak schedule, so I feel
Extremely
like,
weak.
yeah.
But we had a weak one last year too. So
I did see though, because I had picked y'all over the Vikings, but then I saw, can't remember if it was like CBS or the NFL. They went through like a season thing, so like
mm,
some like big games or whatever, and that was one of the games because Kirk Cousins versus the Vikings. It was like 70% Vikings. People picked the Vikings to win.
really,
So y'all might be in for a surprise. Usually the US has been pretty good, like when overall when it comes to like
they
picking these games.
they think
So
that Sam Darnold is going to beat Kirk Cousins.
Sam Darnold's really not that bad. Like,
No, he's
or I
not.
shouldn't say
No,
not.
he's
He he
he's
has
a
that
good
jet
talent. He's got
stink. He's got the
yeah
jet stench like still on him. Can't get it off. And then you think about him in Carolina, where like he was kind of like had some highs and lows.
yeah.
But
It quarterbacking so weird. You'll see like people with talent, and they just like sometimes they don't make it. Like I do think Sam Darnold has like a huge arm and is a pretty good quarterback, and just like
yeah,
somebody that hasn't been able to make it. And it's just I don't know. It's weird to see.
you get
I'm
mono
biased,
once,
but
you're done.
I
Get
know
that
I'm
mono.
biased, but I think Jarrett Stidham is like extremely talented, and he's yeah. I don't. Is that like what do you think that is? You know, it's like more coaching. Like you just didn't get the right coach, or like is it just pure or like if you're not like the top, like if you're not like a Patrick Mahomes or Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson, where you're going to succeed wherever you go. Like for those like middle tier quarterbacks, like a Kirk Cousins, like does it? I feel
Well,
like
I
it's
feel like
so.
everyone's like in a stage. I really don't know who's going to be a Super Bowl winner out of these quarterbacks. Because, like, think about it. Mahomes will probably get another Super Bowl. Like
Oh yeah, yeah.
because like
I think multiple. I think if
yeah,
anybody's gonna break Brady's record, it could be Mahomes.
it's
I don't think anybody
insane.
will,
Because I remember
but
this is another topic we discussed, but like I saw a debate like, oh, who's the like records like more impressive, Tom Brady's or LeBron's? And I started leaning like I was gonna say Tom Brady's because I was like, no one's done what Tom Brady's done. But then I'm like, now Mahomes is coming up, and you're like, well, now he's doing what Tom Brady's done, and now it doesn't make Tom Brady's like accomplishments as impressive because there's another
yeah,
person doing it. But but yeah, like I mean, we talked about Joe Burrow last week. You have Tua. I don't think Tua is like I'm trying to think of all these top paid quarterbacks. Love just got paid. I could see the Packers possibly getting to one with Love. I can't say anything further than that right now. I'd love to say they would win one. That'd be awesome.
yeah.
And then that
I
would
think it's
continue the streak of one Super Bowl win for like an all time great or something if he becomes like a Hall of Fame quarterback. And then
I again just historically you can't pay a quarterback that much and make a Super Bowl unless
yeah,
he's just really special. And I don't know if Jordan Love is $54 million special.
I'll make sure to
Like
clip that. I'll make sure to clip that at his like Hall of Fame speech after winning like 3 Super Bowls, and then just
I've got nothing against Green Bay, and actually, shockingly, you would think because you're a Green Bay fan that I would hate y'all.
that's because
Like
the
I
last
never,
few meetings y'all have beaten us, and like if it was the other way around, you'd be like, I hate those cheesehead wearing sons of, just you just hate us.
it's weird. I feel like we should have more of a rivalry because we've actually seen each other in NFC Championship games a good bit, or like just in the playoffs. Because I remember
Well,
when
yeah, I
y'all
mean,
won the
I
Super
had a
Bowl. When
nightmare literally before the game in the NFC Championship game, like 2017, 2016.
yeah, well, that wasn't the
And
game.
I knew like my dream was real. It was the
Yeah.
Lord speaking to me.
Well,
I
I
was a
totally
prophetic
forgot.
dream about the
I
NFL.
I'm not gonna get on this topic because I could talk about it forever. But like when I was like looking back at Matt Ryan's career, I totally forgot that like I guess people think that Matt Ryan didn't have a good career, good Atlanta teams, and I was like,
No.
we were like we were in the playoffs tons of times in top seeds, and we just a lot of times didn't perform. I forgot when y'all won the Super Bowl, we were the number one seed and y'all beat us. And like in like the
Womp
divisional
womp.
round.
And we
Yeah,
finished the job unlike y'all. We
I
finished
know,
the job.
I know. God, but I'm not.
Because
Yeah. So
the
it's just
year
interesting to
we
think about. Like,
won, because we beat the Bears in the NFC Championship, which was even better. So
Which it was fun. The Patriots were the number one seed on the AFC that year too, and they didn't come out of it.
Yeah. Dang it. We could have had so many NFC championships and NFC, like, so much torture through the playoffs for me. So much. Which I know it's been more. I hate, like, I also, as I say, I don't like when older people are like, I think I mentioned this last week, but I don't like when older people uh tell you if you're like hurting, your joints are hurting or something, like, oh, you're young, you're fine, wait till you get old. And I'm like, I played tennis on hard courts for like 17 years and my knees are dead and I have pretty much feel like I have arthritis in both of them. But anyway, what I was gonna say with that is the same thing I hate is when fans are like, "Oh, you've had it good. Don't you complain." I'm a fan. I'm gonna complain. I get that's a little different from talking about like you had an injury and stuff at a young age, but like I'm gonna complain about my team not making it no matter what. Like it's gonna happen. That's just fandom. Like I don't get why you're like, oh, you've won like a Super Bowl or you've had a Hall of Fame quarterbacks for years. Like, okay, fine. All right. I'm sorry, your team cannot draft and like scout well. My bad. That's my fault. I'm sorry. But I'm gonna
Well,
complain either way.
in fairness, you do go for one of like the best drafting teams ever. Like Green Bay, I would say easily the last 20 years has been the best drafting team. I think y'all's front office is awesome. However, I do think y'all have almost got that Dabo Sweeney mindset where you won't go like he won't. It's
Hickory
literally like this.
dickory dock.
It's like the
Dabo
same
went up.
thing. Yeah,
That's all
it's
I
the
know.
same thing. Like y'all won't go get big players though in free agency very rarely. But y'all draft incredible.
Yeah. We
Y'all
developed.
need it.
That's the we have a big developing.
Y'all got to be like the Braves. Not recently, but over the past
Hope
couple years,
not.
where
Please,
the,
please not
the
like the Braves.
dude, no, the Braves not only do they draft incredibly and they build their talent, but then if they need somebody like a Matt Olson, they go get them.
Yeah.
Like they've been really incredible at that. They just made an interesting trade. We'll see if that works out for them. I don't know. Baseball's been, but I just can't sit there and watch baseball, especially like a regular season game. I just think it's like incredibly boring for like 9 innings. I just can't do it.
I can't either. I had played softball last night. Dude, like a rec softball league that I'm in.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why I signed up for this. I've never played baseball in my life.
Was there
I
not
don't.
a height requirement?
Um, there's not. I mean, there was an age requirement, but like I passed for five, I guess, and I got in. I was just hitting dingers off these little kids, just slant. He's 12.
I can,
Let him
I
in.
can just
No,
imagine, just imagine you with just a bunch of munchkins just running over little kids, like
but I still
6 year
wear like
olds.
one of
Just
their uniforms. It's not even, like a large or anything. It's just tight
it's
on
like
them. It's like
it's like a
crop
crop
top.
top. Yeah.
Oh no. Um. Oh Lord. I'm
Going
trying.
back, going back to what you were saying about the like your knees hurting.
Mhm.
I've actually been on the other side of the coin. I've been like a bunch of babies. Like I've never been hurting this past year, dude. I'm telling
Getting
you what,
old.
I think golf and I would never have thought. I guess it's just you're using muscles. I think golf is killing me.
Yeah.
And I think it's cuz I just don't like and I think the
Do you
reason
not
all these older
stretch?
that's what I'm telling you. I've started to, but I mean for years I didn't really, and I'm not
Everybody
stretching the
wait.
right way.
Donovan's 45-minute stretch. He'll be done in a second.
That's what pros do though. They'll get to the golf course an hour early and stretch for an hour.
I
And you
know.
really and I used to think that was so stupid. You really do have to do that. It's
Yeah. Did I ever
like
tell you
my
the
back.
story? Because they
I'm
gave
having
out
more
free
back
massages.
spasms.
So they gave out free massages at my college and stuff. And I remember I went to one and I was getting it done. And the lady starts doing it. She's like, oh yeah, you're on tennis team, all this, blah, blah. And then she asked me, she goes, you don't stretch, do you? And I go, no. And she goes, you need to stretch. Like you're like extremely like tight. Just I was like, it's fine. It's okay. I haven't hurt myself or anything. Like, and
Yeah.
then
It
I
catches
think the
up to
only
you.
injury I really had was like, I mean, I mean injuries. I just dealt with cramps one match, and that was about it. I mean, well, I
I
shouldn't
mean,
say I did have tendonitis in the shoulder, and it still hurts and aches. And like last night playing softball, I was like, this ball's either this is about like be painful in the morning throwing this.
yeah, I've never had any major injuries. I mean, I this pinky during football is like forever messed up because we were doing hit drills one time like my junior year, and you were supposed to like shoot your hands, and I shot my hands inside, and we came back up, and Caleb Whitworth, one of my friends from high school, was just wide eyed staring at me, and I was like, what? And
Yeah,
he just like pointed to my hand, and my pinky was bent the other way. Yeah.
your hand. Oh no, I'm not gonna
It was
name
awful.
names, but there was a person at softball last night. This may be like the most unathletic. I'm not gonna say the others like what came to my mind, but like this is maybe the most unathletic thing I've heard. He was wearing a wrist like brace, and he's like, I messed up my wrist. And they're like, how did you do it? He was like, I was eating ice cream and I
Ooh.
messed up my wrist, and I think I have like arthritis in it or whatever. And I was like, that is a move to hurt yourself eating. That's something you would do, Doc.
Yeah, no, no, yeah, no,
Oh,
for sure. That's something I would never admit to.
yeah,
I
that's what
would
we
have
told him. We're like,
told
we're like, we'd go to the grave with that.
I would have made up the most ridiculous story to make myself
Be
sound
like, oh, I
nice.
fell, I caught myself and
I was
just
carrying like
twisted
this
my
500-pound desk for an old
yeah.
woman across the street, and a biker came by and clipped me.
Yeah.
That's what I would have said.
And then I ate ice cream, and then that's when I twisted.
Yeah,
It's just I
and
twisted.
that didn't hurt me. But then I went and ate ice
Yeah,
cream,
ice
and
cream. And I
yeah,
think it's like when you're loosening a jar. He loosened it. He loosened so on the ice cream just um but no. Oh, okay. I did go see Deadpool.
you finally did.
I did.
Have you
I
seen
did.
Twisters yet?
I don't want to go see that. I'm sorry. I
It's
just don't
it's
want to
it's
go see it.
good. It's
Avery
good. Don't
suggested it.
don't don't take Avery. God, dear God, don't take Avery. I took Kelly, and
What, Glenn
legit,
Powell?
all I've been hearing is that stupid like no 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 no, and just like TikToks of Glenn Powell, and I'm just like, dear God. And I don't blame her. He's a good looking dude, and he looked great the whole movie, and then like towards the end of it, white shirt, jeans, and a white cowboy hat. I said, "Yep, I'm in.
I'm
Call
done.
off the wedding. I'm done. I'm cooked." It was awful. No, but going back, okay, what'd you think of it?
I enjoyed it. I thought it was really good. I can't like I was wrestling with it because I was like I think it's better than the second one.
Yeah, okay.
And then I was like, do I think it's better than the first one? Because I think that humor land like I didn't laugh a lot. Big surprise. Um,
You didn't
but
you didn't lie. You didn't think the jokes landed.
no, I was about to say the jokes did land, but
Okay,
I just
okay.
didn't. I was like, ah! I think I was tweeted that yet the other day. I was gonna tweet like, to me the most embarrassing thing is to laugh out loud, and then because that's just something I don't do usually. Like I know like I instinctively do a fake laugh or like just start laughing like that, but I don't know like I've just always done that. I don't like my brother growing up. He would come and try to tell me a joke, and then I'll just stare at him and be like, "That's funny. Come on, laugh." And I'm just like,
You're literally have you seen the Homelander meme where he's sitting in the theater and he's just like
yeah,
and is playing the music? Like
that's me.
that's
I've
you. That
gone to
no
comedy
that
shows and
like
just
that is
sat there like
actually
that.
you.
So
Yeah. No, you're
I
a
don't know.
psychopath. I know you are. I don't even know why I asked if you laughed. I should have just asked you if you thought it
Probably
was funny.
so. I don't know.
So you did think it was funny?
Yeah. I did think it was funny. I thought it was. Avery really enjoyed it. Actually, she enjoyed
What?
the fourth wall humor, which because
No,
like
no,
at first
no.
she wanted to go see
Yeah.
Twister, and then she looked at me. And she's like, "What do you want to do?" And I was like I want to go see Twister. I want to go see Deadpool.
I want to see Deadpool.
I want to see Ryan Reynolds.
I don't want to see Glenn Powell. I want to see Hugh Jackman.
It's so it was her and then her cousin that came with us, which then her cousin slept because her cousin's like her cousin's name is Olivia, and she's kind of like a grandma when it comes to movies. Because I
Mm.
had my grandmother I went to go see Spider-Man 3 with her. During the
One of
main act, like the third act, the fight scene, she's
that's the worst. That's the worst part of that
just
movie. But
asleep. She was just like all this sound, just black things exploding and everything, just asleep. Same thing for Olivia. She's 21 years old, just out cold during like Deadpool shooting going off or whatever, fight
uh,
scenes and just
oh, don't worry. We went Thursday to 3:30
mm,
because I mean this was my most anticipated movie of the year. Like
yeah.
I adore the first two Deadpool movies, especially the first one. I agree with you. The first one is better. It's
I
just
see. I don't like. I don't know.
this one was the No Way Home of of Deadpool
True.
movies. Like it's not the best one, but in term like it was cool seeing
I'll say it did leave me going like I want
spoil.
more. It left me
I mean,
with I wanting more of them too.
can we just go into
Wolverine.
spoilers? Just fair
I
warning.
was
Like
gonna
it was
go into
cool.
spoilers yet, just because the movie did just come out, and I know some people, my friends, that actually listen to this, probably haven't seen it. Like in
Fine,
their
fine.
defense,
The
because I'm
cameos.
gonna say you got cooked by some people. I got a few texts from some people about your Space Odyssey review. They're
Yeah,
like,
a bunch of snobs probably. I'm sorry, it's terrible. Please go
it
watch.
is
You didn't
funny
watch
because
it,
one of
did
the
you?
people that
You
texted me
didn't
about
watch it.
that. No, I was gonna say one of the people that texted me about that. You two are very alike when it comes to arguing, and I would love to see you two argue about that. So like, I think it would be very interesting. But I don't know. I gotta watch it still. I'll probably watch it sometime in the coming weeks before
Yeah.
school starts. But
Okay, fine. I won't get into spoilers, but I did
just
think most of the cameos landed for me. Like, and a
yeah,
couple really landed. Again, maybe next week or a couple weeks. I'll just kind of mention which ones were the most exciting. Everyone's been saying this. This isn't new. Obviously, the story wasn't great, but like it didn't have to be. It was what I wanted. Like, and that simply. And Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman, I could watch 12 movies with just them. Like they have their chemistry is phenomenal. It's so
you know,
good.
I it does remind me when watching it, like watching the ads. They had like an advertisement. I think it was like Coca Cola or something. But the theater in the advertisement wasn't full, and I was like, "Dang, are they just starting to realize no one's going to theaters that much anymore?" Which I'll say this: I did pass theater.
It's getting like college. It's getting like a college football 25, where like I come to Troy and there's nobody there. They're actually making it realistic.
Yeah, no. We had a packed theater. We had the everyone clapped kind of theater at the end, and
Yeah.
which some people find that annoying. Do you find that annoying?
No.
Do you
No.
enjoy that?
It
You're
depends.
like, good film. Oh my gosh!
If they clap at the
Just
end or
love it.
during.
At the end. Sometimes during, like I remember during Spider-Man No Way
Yeah.
Home.
No,
It was during like,
when
oh my goodness, it's Tobey Maguire. Which during my theater for Spider-Man No Way Home, I had a bunch of people that were like grew up, like a bunch of younger kids that were probably about like 4, maybe
and they
6 years
yeah.
younger than me, and so they were like, but and then they more lost for Andrew Garfield, and I was like, I don't care. So I was like the only one in the theater, like yeah, like SpongeBob and the
Okay.
meme of him
Okay.
celebrating getting
I
the job. Stop, buddy.
yeah. That's no, that stinks for you. My No Way Home experience was like the best theater experience ever. And I was in the theater. It was Auburn's AMC. It was in the Big D.
They were packed
And
it like Monday, like the other night. Like I passed it the Monday night, grabbed some food, and I they were packed.
yeah.
They
Well, I mean, have you I don't know if like I'm into this, but it like 21 hours deadline reported that it just passed 500 million global like in 4 days.
yeah,
So it's gonna make a
that's
billion.
wild for like
It's
R-rated
gonna
movie.
I'm hoping it's gonna overtake Joker. It deserves to. I like Joker,
Yeah,
but
but the theaters have been packed. Like it was packed when we went, and just I
and
guess everyone's been going to see it.
Twisters
So
was big too, which I think is like that's a good thing. I think people
Deadpool is drawing in the male demographic, and Twisters
and then
is drawing in
Twisters,
the women
the
demographic.
female. And really,
Oh Lord.
there's not a there's not a ton of
And
competition
Despicable
coming
Me
out
is
this
getting
year
the
for 'em.
kids coming.
Yeah, Inside
So
Out 2 was
oh,
God that made
Inside
like one
Out.
it made like
I do.
1.5 billion.
I
It was
still haven't seen
huge.
those.
It was good. It was good. It was really good. It was
I remember when that movie Soul came out during the pandemic. I looked at that movie and I was like, this movie's gonna just wreck me emotionally if I watch this. It just looked like that, and I was like, same thing with Inside Out. I'm like, I'm not watching this. This is gonna be a movie where I'm like sitting here by myself on my couch, just just
but
like crying.
but
Just
no, I don't think it's weird to clap at the end of a movie, especially if it was really good.
yeah.
Especially if it's opening night for a Deadpool movie that people like Deadpool and Wolverine, people have been waiting years to see that, and
Oh, I was gonna say, I know you did
it was just a
enjoy the,
it was a love letter to all the previous X-Men movies and superhero films of the 2000s. So
and
if
then they
you
crapped on the MCU in recent years, which I knew you would love. The whole time I heard that,
they needed to. The MCU has been so bad. And I'm not saying, and it's just like this isn't like controversial, so I might not even go in. Like I shouldn't even go into it because everybody has already said this that the MCU is terrible right now. It's terrible. They've put out crapper after crapper. Like Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, that should have been great. It wasn't. It was directed by Sam Raimi too. Like
yeah,
that
I
stinks,
was
and it
hyped for
wasn't
it.
any that wasn't any good. And then Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania. Those are they're two big ones recently, like huge ones. Not like Captain Marvel was trash, but
What?
no one cares about those movies. But like Ant-Man wasn't good.
Yeah.
We review that. If y'all want to y'all want a throwback, go watch our Reels review on Ant-Man. And I went into it pretty hard.
Avery went back and listened to all our real reviews.
All of them.
I think so, yeah. She was doing homework one night and she's like, oh, I'm just gonna put on your podcast and listen to it. And then
Yeah,
she's
that is some weird like double torture right there. She said, "Man, this homework's bad, but what would be even worse?
listening to Donovan Weaver and Jack Meyer talk
Listening to
for an
Donovan Weaver
hour.
and Jack Myrick talk about Cocaine Bear
Yeah. Oh
for
Lord.
now.
But yeah, I do want to go back and watch the, because I haven't seen the second season of Loki, and I do want to watch that because I heard that is like at least good. So
I need to watch it just
the new
purely
Captain
because
America looks good though. Did you see the trailer for that?
yeah, dude,
I don't like. I
movie.
am not. Am I gonna watch it? No, but it did look good. Like it
Well,
looked like a good film.
I'm gonna watch it because I've okay. Well, this is shameful to admit, but I have now got two movie passes. I've got a Regal and an AMC. Um,
You could
pure
just
like
say that you're ladies man.
yeah,
You could
yeah.
just said that and we would know.
And that might and is that a waste of money? Yes, but the way it works in Birmingham is like Kelly lives 3 minutes from a Regal, which is awesome, but the Regal sucks. Like it's crap, like old, really old theater. And then and the
I can see
Summit,
you complaining to her like, I don't want to go to the Regal.
dude, but
AMC.
AMC's 20 minutes away and it's like recline seats. And it's the same price for a movie pass. So I'm like, why? Like I would rather drive 20
I
minutes to
forget. Is
recline
that the first
seats.
time you've been like with the reclining seats? Because I can't remember
No,
like
no, no,
you
no, no, no. I watched so the first time I ever went, guess what the movie I watched in the recline seats for the first time.
Care Bear Revenge.
Close. Saw X. Which is another great movie, by the way, if y'all haven't seen that. If y'all at all like any of the Saw movies, go watch Saw X. It's actually really good.
See, I can't deal with the Saw movie. Like I don't like the gore, but yeah,
Okay. It's okay that you're a child, Jack.
I just don't like gory
You
movies.
you can't handle adult content.
Yeah, let's watch a horror movie together. See who's the one that's freaked out. Let's Chuck,
Have you seen
could you leave the porch light on, please?
have you seen Clarkson's Farm? This is weird change of subject.
That is a jump.
I know. I just real quick. I was just curious. Have you seen it?
No, my dad's talked about it. So all
Okay.
right.
No. I just figured you would. I've only seen the first episode, but it's like British humor. Like I think you
Yeah.
would love it. Go watch the first episode and let me know what you think.
I don't want to watch. You know, I don't watch stuff in general. All I do is watch YouTube and documentaries
You can
and
watch Come
stand
Fly
up.
with Me, but you can watch Come Fly with Me on rerun. You just have it like in the house. It's just on constant loop, but you
Well,
can't
I
go
mean, I
watch one
go to
episode of
church on
Clarkson's Farm.
Sundays. I go to church on Sundays. So yes, I'm going to watch Come Fly With Me. That is a great show. Actually, should not promote that show. That show. Do not
You
watch
should
that
know.
show.
No, don't watch that show. Don't go. Don't go
Do
look
not.
up. That's gonna say a lot about
Oh,
your character. They're gonna say, "Oh, Jack review, come fly with me," and within the first 5 minutes, they're just
I think I was doing a study on British humor. All right.
Yeah.
That's what I was doing. Anywho, but yeah, this has definitely probably been a very sleepy pod this morning. I can tell like our energy's a little dead, so I'll do some CGI when editing this, just make it
Yeah,
more lively.
just edit our, bring up the face a little bit.
Because I mean that is rough.
Yeah. Oh, I knew it was gonna be rough.
Yeah,
I knew I was just gonna. It was gonna be
but yeah,
tough. We needed TP. We needed that little hit of TP. We
we
didn't get
did,
that.
we did.
We didn't
Maybe
get
soon.
TP.
Well, ask your buddy Anthony if he'd like to be on next week, and we'll sit down with him. Sound
Yeah.
good?
Yeah, that sounds perfect. He'll be game for it, dude. He loves talking about himself.
Is Anthony just you in disguise?
What are you talking about?
It's been good talking to you, Donovan.
Are you talking with you too, Jack?
Talk to you next week, bud.
See you, buddy.